Fuck you.
So no shit, there y'all are over in Hook Harbor, getting tons of supplies and spending your pirate booty, giving all of the rest of the crew one
You know
share
what?
that each of you are spending.
Actually, I bought a soul cage, and I don't know if I can even use it. Damn it.
What?
Because my spells work differently.
Because you're a warcaster.
Yeah.
Here he spent hundreds of gold, and he's just like, huh, I can't get it
What do
to
you mean
work.
hundreds? It's like
I
5,000.
know. You spent most of your wad on it. And all of a sudden he taps it and says, huh, I can't get it to work.
Well,
I need to kill someone within so many feet of it.
actually, with how it works, it might actually be okay.
I mean, it's gonna fill up like a battery as soon as you kill something with a soul. Accessing
Yeah,
that
no, but
power
actually
is the question.
using the souls. But since I use the focus points instead of spell slots,
Uh-huh.
I gotta. Where is it? It's an interesting song by Dragon Force. Doomsday Party at the old, Doomsday Party.
Ah, I have not heard that one.
Oh, it's with the new singer.
So,
they have
in
they
the
have a
group
song
chat,
about
somebody was
Legends.
saying something about wanting to buy something since they missed the obligatory shopping montage episode.
Yeah, which is all we did last episode.
I was just curious what my options might be for getting
You have
something
like
magic.
9,000 gold or something like that.
In this port city, if it's in the book, you can buy it.
I think he's asking for some help from people that might be more familiar with the book.
What?
That would be great because I am not super familiar with the book.
Well, you can buy a Steam Jack.
What's your primary weapon other than your claws and your teeth?
That's his big problem.
Yeah, that's the problem is that like all my bonus attacks come from using my melee.
Okay, but what is your weapon?
What is your melee weapon of choice?
Well, yeah, I mean, if I don't do unarmed, then I lose all my bonuses. So, like I can't do my bonus set. So that's why I was trying to see if there was a way.
Do you have a main weapon equipped?
I mean, I have a sword of some kind, a big knife, but I don't use it because I'm like, oh yeah, it goes.
So okay, but you may have to when you meet a monster that has, unless you can get like adamantine claws that are.
Yeah.
I was figuring we might try and toss it to Kevin a little bit.
To go over your
what
fingers.
If we welded a Steam Jack part to him?
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Or can you inscribe runes on his teeth?
That'd be interesting.
Give him some knuckle tattoos.
Oh yeah, so basically, it would be one hit dice from the soul cage per focus point.
Oh, for sucking the souls up.
Yeah, because it's one hit die. It's one hit die for the soul cage for every spell slot level of the spell slot. So it's basically that would be the same thing.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay. You were asking me about what?
Since you have the sort of expertise on this, since you've probably read through the section more, whether we could wield some Steam Jack jaws onto our bitey friend, Organ Ramsey.
Oh, Organ Ramsey.
He
no, because you'd actually have to get Steam Jack. However, we can get him Steam armor and maybe do something that way.
What about doing some kind of knuckle dusters or something like that for him that would be still unarmed because they're on it? Or would that be considered armed?
Well,
like
if
the
you're
steam armor idea.
if you're talking like Cletus, like the gladiator gloves, those are actually armed weapons. They're not unarmed weapons. So have
Okay.
him go ahead and look at your character sheet. Why are you wanting to focus on the unarmed aspect on your character sheet? Take a second and look at it. Where we
Where did that
basically
tab
say,
go?
at this level, are you reading your character sheet correctly?
I mean,
I
it
think you're
very well
missing
might
something.
not be.
Yeah, your character should be level 7 at this point too.
Oh shit!
Did you get that memo?
Probably not.
Did he read the memo? Is the question.
Yeah, that's.
I may have read
Yeah.
the memo and just
Did
not
your
gotten
brush? Did all the
you-
information?
Because I know you have unarmored defense.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Yeah, so more slaughter is one of the bonuses I would take, which is or not wielding a
And
two-handed weapon. So
Yeah, read your ability, because you may be overlooking the ability for what you're wanting to get.
yeah,
Well,
too many and/ors.
Andors are the best,
pop it up on.
especially if we
Pop
finally
it up
get the
on
next
screen
season
here,
of
Will.
Andor.
Yeah. Oh no. It's just, yeah. It is. So I can, if I guess I can just find a single-handed weapon that will work just as well, because it's. I thought it was just unarmed attack, not.
You can put things up on the screen. We can all read it.
Through Skype or.
In
No,
Roll20, if you click on like more slaughter, the orange word, it'll pop
okay, yeah,
up
yeah.
and everyone can read it. If you're looking to get some group consensus here on options,
There you go.
I think they're hinting that you should share the screen so they can see what you're talking about.
I'm trying to both look at the book and look at this thing at the same time, and I'm
Because
like,
you might be confusing the unarmed defense and the weapons, because barbarians
Weapon
can
in
totally do
hand
weapons.
and the claws and teeth
Yeah.
that are. Yeah, weapon
Yeah.
in hand. A weapon in hand means you have a weapon in your hand.
yeah. So I think it's just.
But the thing is that this allows him to make another unarmed strike. So it's just a question of whether we can find a way for that his unarmed strike might be able to hurt a lich in this situation.
I mean, that'll totally go back to the conversation y'all were having in the captain's room when you were all pooling together the individual nuggets of information you have about a lich and your plan. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
Oregon Ramsey was busy cooking while you guys were all planning.
Yeah, so I mean, the two major things would be either a magic weapon or fire. So if we light him on fire, that would do it. But
Well, he can get a decent magical weapon too. So.
Yeah, he can get a.
yeah, but it
plus
still
one,
doesn't solve the unarmed weapon thing.
Oh no!
Could you
I mean,
put-
it's like I can still get
But-
an X. Oh yeah, so the unarmed strike won't. I mean, it's fine. It's
He loses one small aspect of it, but he gets still everything else.
All right, we were just trying to figure out something to cover everything, but you know.
I mean, could he put necrotite under his fingertips?
I
Hold on.
mean, he could always go to town and look to see if the weapons experts could give him something.
yeah. I'm trying. Like maybe I could get a necrotech prosthetic. Would that still be an unarmed attack?
Well, there are weapons that are considered unarmed, like gauntlets and gloves and brass knuckles and stuff.
I thought James just said those are.
No, he was talking about like the cletus, which is basically like a dagger,
Yeah, it's basically a gauntlet that's got blades.
but that's got that
of some
spike on it.
kind.
Yeah.
Some of them have like small blades on the knuckles. Some have a giant shank on the back of the hand.
Yeah, it's kind of like that that Indian.
Yeah,
Now, with all the
fighting knife.
necrotech stuff, I would be surprised if there's not some way to punch someone in the face with evil magic of some sort.
I mean,
Yeah.
or you could just get like gloves of punching or something. You know, it's like.
Yeah, that sounds. I would love some gloves of punching.
There you go.
But
Why not? +1 gloves.
Okay.
so you look at. I'm looking at the book, and then I like see like something that I'm like, that's funny. I want to read more about that monkey paw that's making a rude gesture.
Okay, let's see. Gloves of swimming, gloves of climbing, gloves, living gloves, gloves of missile snaring, gauntlets of ogre power. It's +2 to your strength. Or no, 19. Never mind. Gauntlets of flaming fury.
I was gonna say, are you on Bella of Lost Souls? Because that's what I just pulled up on Google too.
Black Citadel. Gauntlets of elemental fury. That's homebrew. Never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Really do the job.
Yeah, but that turns your weapon and it gives it plus or 1d6 fire damage.
Because you can keep having your bite as an unarmed attack and just go with weapons in your hands.
Gloves of soul catching.
Yeah, let's.
It all depends on what do you see him doing? Is he going to stick with the barehanded no weapons, or is he going to go for some weapons? I mean,
Okay, these are
you're seeing-
legendary, but I mean, you probably couldn't find them. Never mind.
If it's a legendary item, you're probably going to have to go an entire adventure just to find them.
Find it, yeah. It grants a Constitution of 20, and it's a 2d6 for a punch. 2d6 force damage. And you regain health equal to the damage dealt.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
And it's sentient. Let's not forget that part.
Probably, yeah.
And no, those would not be on the open market.
No.
Yeah, I guess I could go with like a big like. But I guess it would be great is finding like a big kitchen cleaver kind of thing. Has some sort of magic effect.
So what exactly is it you're looking for is the question.
I mean, a big knife. That I
What if we said that he was looking for a big knife, stats equivalent to like a short sword?
That's what I was thinking when he's saying big knife. We're not talking a knife dagger, but we're talking a short sword.
okay. And what kind of options can I even think about there?
Ooh. Spiked gauntlets.
Well, how about this? Go ahead and give me a persuasion check as you're doing your shopping montage, looking for something. I mean, I will totally throw it out there if you want to go to some of the as you roll a natural 20. If you want to go to some of the vendors out there, and if you want your teeth augmented, there's a guy that totally says I can augment your teeth. Basically, it'll increase the bite damage by 1 die, but you basically have like Claptrap's jaw, this big metal, you look like the dude from James Bond with the metal teeth.
Jaws.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's literally his name.
Let's go with Jaws. That sounds like the best. Bite, bite, bite.
You totally see this, necrotite creature that's got these jaws, and you're walking through the markets, and you look at the guy and say, "How much to have that done to this mouth?" And he's just like, 200 credits, and 200 gold, and you don't tell anyone where it was done.
Sold. Let's make these teeth.
straps you in your dental chair and starts hammering in these teeth. It's excruciatingly painful. Give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you pass out during the treatment. And don't forget to mark off the 200 gold. You've managed to stay awake through the whole procedure, which is excruciating as he takes hot, necrotite bolts and bolts in this apparatus that looks like braces from hell. And you have a semi-magical bite. So on your bite, this is up for you to do on your character sheet. Increase the bite attack by 1 dice. So what does it currently do? D6, right?
Yes. And
So
that
increase-
is just the tooth and claw.
Increase the bite to a D8. And it's +1 to attack and +1 to damage.
No, I'm not rolling. Darn. Am I doing this right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I would create another weapon and basically duplicate the one that's there for the tooth and claw, but this one is
Okay.
the big bite or something along those lines. However you
Okay.
want to flavor it. And
I'm
you can
having
use
trouble getting over the fact he rolled a natural 20, and I rolled 3 times and rolled a 3 on each of those.
Yeah.
And then my second roll was a 19. So
With a natural 20 backup.
Obviously, when Bone Tibia was doing the thing, everybody's like, "Oh, you're a Stitcher. We don't like those people.
Yeah.
You won't let the dead rest. You keep bringing us back."
I'm providing important medical care for my employer.
She won't let the undead rest either. Just talk. That's not true. She's always in the crow's nest crocheting.
Yeah.
See, you got the best captain ever. He busts your chops, but then he gives you full credit for the amazeballs job that you do.
it was 1d8 and then +1.
1d8 and then +1 to attack and +1 to damage.
So it's basically like a magical
Yep, it's a +1 magical
jaws
jaws of biting.
attack.
As we hear someone chew. Nom nom nom.
Why is this the way it is? I'm like clicking things. I'm like, why is it not clicking the right?
So look at the way you've got it. See where it says attack is checked. You have your strength is the option. See where it says +0. You want to change that 0 to a 1.
Okay.
And then on the damage, it's going to be, see where it says 1d6 plus strength plus 0?
Yep.
You want to change that to a d8 plus strength plus 1.
I changed that. Okay. Well.
And on the crit, open it back up. You close it too soon. Yes, I'm peeking over your shoulder.
I appreciate it.
Where it says crit, you want to put 1d8. Where it says 1d6, that's just an automatic filler. That's not an actual 1d6 there.
Okay.
So that way, if you crit, it automatically knows to roll an extra dice.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think I duplicated, but I think I can fix the duplication on my own.
Yep. So the
Maybe.
one above, yeah, it looks good. And then there's like a spare one you made at the bottom.
Yeah.
So make sure on Big Bite, if that's the one you're keeping, you've got. Everything looks good.
Okay.
So for 200 gold and a few excruciating hours, he comes back with new dentures. You've got this slight glowing green veins through the greenish black metal in your mouth. Totally gives you a cool effect when you open your mouth with the slight green inside showing your tongue.
It's a good look. It suits you.
For tasting what we're going for.
As everything tastes like dirty copper. Dirty copper and excruciating souls.
We're pirates. Fuck the police. Dirty coppers are what I want to taste.
Okay, so is there anything else? Or are you guys going to decide what you do as you were called to that party at the Lich Lord's, manor, if you recall?
Yeah.
I'm
as
back.
well as your special dwarf guests, and welcome back.
Thanks.
And we have to go to the party.
As you guys, realize the whole reason for the party was it is Grim Hollow. The celebration for when the evil fairy things come out and do their work. Obviously, the humans look at the Week of Terror, and the undead look at it as a funny ha-ha celebration. As they enjoy burning effigies of pumpkin-headed creatures.
Oh,
Fuck
I bet
those
the
fairy
garden's
guys.
gonna be fun. The garden of buried living and undead.
The Garden of Heads.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Every head is decorated with a different kind of hat to make them festive. You don't want to be the one that's got the pumpkin with the candles in it put on the person's head. Burns, it burns.
Okay, well, I guess I will wear my formal uniform, even though I'm going to be incorporeal, untouchable and unseeable. Well, not
Ghostly.
intangible anyway. Yeah, I'll be ghostly for most of the party, but I'll still wear my very best.
My costume is, every time someone asks what my costume is, I turn tangible and say, a ship's captain. A living ship's captain.
There we go.
And is there anything particularly you all are wanting to accomplish at the party? Or are you just attending to enjoy the festivities before getting the hell out of the harbor?
Actually, I would like to, I've got plenty of money, I would like to bring a gift to the Duke for the party.
Okay.
What would be a good gift for an undead ruler of an island?
The guy who's got everything.
Exactly.
What do you think would make a good gift? See how I totally throw it back at you. I want to see what you can come up with. That's the exciting part. A Cirrus would be a great gift. I'm just going to throw out there. Maybe counterintuitive, but it would be a great gift.
It would be an amazing gift, but no, that's she's not on that table currently.
I don't want to hear what you did with her last time.
Oh, see, the head of his enemy, but that's coming later.
That's horse and cart or ship and sail, as the case may be.
Exactly.
I give you the gift of my old ship. It's at the bottom of the sea. Good luck.
Yep. It has 1,200 pounds of necrotite, though.
Yeah.
Necrotite for weeks.
I mean, he doesn't need necrotite though. He's got necrotite mines, for goodness sakes.
Give him the 3 living crew members. That would work.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
But then
except,
we can replace them with undead crew members.
and they'd be the same crew members. No, no, because they're part of the crew, and living or not, they're part of the crew. I'm not just gonna betray them.
Gar, the captain looks out for his crew. Once your crew,
Exactly.
you're always safe under his coattails.
My
Gar.
crew watches my back, and I watch theirs. That's my personality.
Are you earning a point of inspiration?
I am, because I need it.
I heard the quoting going on, so I figured I'd say it.
You know what?
Are we eating the crew now? Is that what's going on?
No, the captain is saying
I'm
the
good with
crew is
that.
off limits.
Yeah, the crew's off limits because they're crew.
How quickly they've turned so vicious.
Yeah.
What happened here? They level up a little and they get all hungry.
You know what? I can't think of it. It's just going to be a meaningless bauble. I'll get him a crown that is enchanted with
Oh, what if we gave him a flower that protects him against liches?
against scrying. Yes, I will give him a flower that protects him against scrying. That against all scrying.
As at the party, he's kind of greedily at that point where it's time to give the prezzies, as he's looking at all these different presents, and then you present to him this magic flower.
Magic flower, guaranteed to prevent all forms of scrying.
As you know, his little vizier guy looks at it and is like, "Wow!" And the lich has it placed in his smaller set of hands, and he looks at it and he's like, "Wow!" Because they did not roll very high, so they totally believe what you're saying.
Us undead are stupid when it comes to that.
Different kind of magic.
I mean, I fell for it, and so it was probably pretty convincing when I gave it to him, because I truly
doing
believe
insight checks and totally believe that you believe you're telling the truth, so it must be the truth. So help us, Undead.
Exactly.
As you know, the Lich Lord is like, aha! If I had 100 pirate captains like this gentleman, I would rule the 7 seas.
You'd be dead already. That's what happened.
Do you say that at the party?
No.
I mean, it sounded like you said it.
No, I was thinking it under my, deep in my sloggy brain.
He picks his nose to grab that thought and puts it back in his mouth.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
lots of, horrible bloody sports happening for your amusement. Lots of delicious food that was once alive and sentient. All kinds of rare delicacies are being served at the party. Captain, do me a favor and give me a perception check.
My one weakness.
I thought it was
not that weak.
with horns. As you roll a natural freaking 20, my weakness. As clearly as you're enjoying the festivities, one set of the slaves that are serving people, you immediately know is one of the rebels from down in the mines. And she totally is giving you a squinty look like, what the fuck are you doing here?
What the fuck is she doing here?
There's obviously some magic tech warcaster comes up with his armor beeping and making some kind of weird electronica mechanica noise.
Yeah, so I have a feeling the Rebels, despite our agreement, aren't wanting to play the long game. I have a suspicion they might be trying to
Play the long game. Is
form a
that the game
coup.
where you were supposed to take them to 3 trips to shore, and you've been gone for quite a while and haven't taken a trip?
We took one trip. We did take one trip, and we brought a bunch, joined the crew. We're working on it. They just have to have patience. It's a long game.
Do you do anything when she gives you the weird look? And then she goes back to being the poor, dour slave servant serving beverages?
I would like to, at some point, corner her privately where no one else can see or hear, except for maybe trusted members of my crew, and ask her what the hell's going on and why she's here.
Ah. So during the gift-giving phase of the party, it's totally easy to get, pulled to the side and, have a moment of quiet conversation, you hope. As you ask her what she's doing here, and she totally gives you like the dagger eyes, like, me, what are you doing here?
We are engaging in part of the plan. We have to extricate ourselves from our oppression so that we can be free to extricate you from your oppression, and you need to not take matters into your own hands whilst we are engaging in stage 1 of the operation. We can't help you if we are obligated to others.
And she like gives that a little bit of a sigh. Give me a either intimidation if you want to be like overbearing and bossy, or persuasion if you want to be charming.
Oh, I prefer charming. They're both 7s, so. Holy crap! I should have been intimidating.
As you try to do the Captain Sexy Pants look and just give her the Han Solo hand gesture of the hey.
How you doing?
And during the conversation, it gets really heated because she's like, "You were supposed to come back and get more of us, but it's been weeks, and we've heard no sighting of your ship, and now you're here at his party." And she totally gestures with one overly dramatic sweeping hand from your dark corner, the lich sitting there giddy as a kid on Christmas getting presents.
We were at sea on a mission that we had to. The mission was to get arms for the revolution. We have made a deal with an armor, with an arms merchant.
Fast talking motherfucker.
And that takes time. We had to bring them and their weapons back, and their boat was a piece of crap. If you don't pardon my French. It could not be helped. It's all part of the plan.
And in regards to that natural one, here's where the shoe drops. As all of a sudden you say that, you hear the familiar dwarven drawl of, "Hey, my friend here totally helped us out. I'm the weapons merchant. Why are we talking to this serving lady?" And he pats you on the back, Captain, which really is his hand going right through you and almost bopping her in the nose. "This is my good friend, the Captain. He is the tenor of the seas. All 9 of them!" And he holds up 9 fingers, and then he's like counting his fingers because he's a little on the drunk side. "You're a pretty one. Here, let me drink a few of your drinks." And he goes and grabs it, like slams back 2 drinks. And you're just like, "Oh my god, I said his name and he doth the beard."
And you know what, dude? You're the worst wingman in the world. I was this close to having her come back to the ship with me, if you know what I mean, and you blew it.
As he's like, "I'm sorry, friend. Oh, Oh, as he slams back the second drink and puts it back on the tray, causing her to drop the tray and see a couple drinks spill, and she's trying to pick it up looking nonchalant, but she's staring daggers at you. He's like, oh, that last one had some kicker to it. Oh. And he gets kind of woozy and, goes and finds a nearby seat, and you see him just kind of like sit down and do that drunk exhale until he's, whiffing his breath in a nice, calm exhalation of sleepiness.
Maybe you should check in with Tiba and just make sure medicinally you're just drunk and not otherwise.
I'm fine. I'm just in the sleep it off. I've been at sea too long. My dwarven legs are meant for mountain halls. Drunken slur this, drunken slur that.
Okay, well then we'll have to get you back to the ship.
Well, remember, you dropped them off, and their ship.
Oh.
So they're just running into you at the party, and he heard you talking about the weapons merchant. And he's like, "Oh, there's my good friend, the captain," and he barged into your conversation.
Okay. But I totally covered up.
And apparently, when he grabbed the booze and slammed it, he failed his Constitution save, and he passed the fuck out.
Okay, so she didn't poison it.
Trying to poison someone and that we just killed.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I do a medicine check on him and make sure that he's okay?
Please.
Okay, go ahead and give me your medicine check as you go over and you lull his head back and open his eyeballs to make sure he's alive. Interesting.
There I am. Sorry. Normally I get this open already. But...
And I was going to say, you can do medicine or poisoner's kit if you're proficient in that.
Medicine.
Nice.
You are pretty sure whatever he just drank had some extra kick to it rather than just alcohol. Whether she added it or if it is a cultural beverage that adds some kind of extra kicker to the drink he just drank, because he grabbed drinks without asking what they were and drank them.
Oh.
Is he the victim of a Mickey, or is he the victim of a Kontiki scorpion? With that knowledge, do you want to do an insight check on her?
I would like to do an insight check on her.
Okay, go ahead and give me your insight as you're like, oh yeah, this guy totally got slipped something extra. This is not booze. This is booze plus something. And as soon as you look at her, after you look at his eyes and see the slight discoloration of the whites of his eyes, you look at her and she just does that wrinkled nose, and then she turns away to avoid eye contact, telling you she's up to something.
Oh, shit.
She Mickey'd him.
I'm gonna hope that she only Mickey'd him. Considering there's
just be sleeping it off. Whatever it was, it's just really heavy intoxicant. Or sleeping poison of some kind.
Alright.
Okay. So... let's see, what do I have?
He's alive,
The
Jim.
question is, why is she doing this? Captain, you may want to inquire with her, since she is technically supposed to be our ally.
That's a good question. Why are you slipping stuff into drinks? What's your plan? And stop it right now.
And she totally looks at you with a little frustration and little blush in her cheeks and nose of like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm serving beverages to the guests as my dark overlord demands it of me. And she shoots like a glance across the room, and you see another slave servant with the collar on, and he's gladly smiling and handing drinks to only certain clientele. If Captain, either you or Bone Tibby would like to give me a perception check.
I think that's probably my strong suit.
I think that is your forte. Yes, please.
Yeah. Reception.
As you look at Bone Tibby and Bone Tibby looks at you and you look across the way. And you just notice the guy is serving drinks to guests. You know, there's nothing really particular popping out.
Well,
I mean, if you'd like, Captain, you could give me an investigation check.
I will. Yes.
As she's finished picking up the empty, poured out glasses and kind of taking her little rag to wipe up the mess.
I am so glad I did not use my inspiration on that. I was almost going to.
And with your mighty 6, you're just like, what are you up to? Because I don't know. I just plainly don't know.
Okay, plan B.
Could Bone Tibia do a check on the alcohol on the tray, or the alcohol, the empty cups and stuff?
I mean, this would require Bone Tibia to like have access to some kit and supplies. This wouldn't just be I rub my finger through the sloth of spilled alcohol and taste the one thing that's in there.
Yeah.
Bone Tibia would have to have some equipment to like chemically analyze, is what I think you're hinting at.
Bone Tibia is undead, so it may work that she's more resistant to it.
Would a forensic kit do it?
Forensic kit would definitely do it.
Alright, I have that.
Okay, are you going to pull a stealth so you can go find the coat room to do an analysis?
Yes.
Okay, give me a stealth check and then roll your proficiency for your forensics kit.
Okay.
Stealth seems to be pretty good. You find a quiet spot in the coat room. You whip out your forensics kit that you obviously checked with the coat check girl. You pull it out. You whip out the sample that you have.
Let's see. How should I roll this? That's going to be, I guess, an intelligence roll? I don't have proficiency with this.
So yeah, it would basically be an intelligence saving throw then.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
nice.
Natural 20.
As you seem to have the natural knack of a poisoner, you may have had a really good career as another kind of rogue, just saying. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt a chemical additive was added to this beverage, and it's a concoction known as slumber slime. It's a small greenish glop that's usually dissolved in alcohol or water to sedate living creatures. It does not work on the undead.
Alright.
Oh, so they're not targeting
the Lich. There's targeting allies.
Yeah, but who is the real target?
Okay, I would like to make another attempt. This time I'm going to go all Captain and intimidate on her. I'm going to say, look, lady, I don't know what you're up to. I would like to know. It's important that I know. But what you're doing here will get discovered and will lead back to your enclave. And then this feller, this Duke guy, he's not going to send us back down there. He's going to send somebody a lot more ruthless, and you're all going to die, and he'll replace you with a new batch of slaves, probably starting with my crew.
Ooh, I will give you advantage on that roll.
Okay.
You were laying it down in the true. With your
she's
solid
just stupid.
13. Or she's just pig-headed. And with your 13, she She falters and pretends to be cleaning it up, and she's totally, when someone walks by, she gives this gesture of, I'm so sorry that we spilled on you, Captain, and waves the napkin through your chest cavity because you're a ghost. As then she looks at you and says, you have taken too long to take more of our people to freedom. We have a plan to take some hostages, and since it is Grim Hollow Week, we totally have fabricated some Grimkin to kidnap some living members of this Lich's court. And while we have these prisoners scot-free, we're going to use them to get passage off this place.
That is going to fail. He doesn't care about hostages. He doesn't care about his underlings. He cares about himself. And the living doesn't matter to him because eventually they'll die and he'll get them back.
Ooh.
It's not going to work. You need to abandon this plan. All it's going to do is rain destruction, doom, and death on you and everyone you hold dear, including the undead.
Ooh. Give me a persuasion or intimidation, depending if you want to shock scare her or just tell her to see sense, woman. This plan is stupid. I mean, it is also the desperate plan D that they're going with.
Yeah.
For all they know, the dwarf has a really good boat at the harbor.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Can I whisper in the captain's ear real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, my captain, is this plan of theirs sanctioned by their leader, the priestess, or whatever she was? She actually had the head on her shoulders out of the group. And I can't imagine her setting up something as boneheaded as this. Does she know about this?
That's a good point. I will, in my tired also does. What was her name again? First mate.
I don't remember the lady's name off the top of my head. It should be in the lore, but
and as you say that, she just cringes and says, "Clara." Her name is Clara, and she's gritting her teeth when she says it.
Does Clara know sanction? Is this sanctioned and approved by Clara? And but yeah, I'm not being persuasive. I'm still being intimidating. So I will do that.
Damn, with a 24.
Yeah, finally.
As she kowtows to you and literally gets, from arrogant, hard-headed woman to very passive as somebody walks by and spills another tray of drinks.
Oh, jeez.
And she just looks at you with heavy, heavy heart in her face as she says, The commander knows about what we're doing, but says only to proceed if we won't get caught. You're not going to tell your Lich Lord about us, are you?
I won't need to. You will get caught. He has resources. He owns this island. You will get caught. That's just a given. It was a poorly conceived plan. And we're back in town, and I'll live up to my obligation. We've already taken one crew. Yeah, these have to be done one step at a time. We are unwinding a nation of evil. Your turn is next, but first we have to be free to act.
Ooh,
This all has been done for you.
I can practically hear in the background, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. You charismatic
the beast lays it
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
As she just sighs and she does this hand gesture to someone across the room and a hand gesture to someone else across the room that goes unseen. As you can, Bone Tibia, give me a perception check.
All right. Perception. Jesus.
Whew. You
I'm
notice
rolling.
around the party there's like 8 different individuals who are obviously living beings that seem to be like passed out sitting on chairs around the dance floor.
Cool.
So
Oh,
if they're
just
looking to kidnap some VIPs, it is a target-rich environment for such kidnapping.
Mhm.
And when she gives the hand gesture, the servants all go and have to refill their trays in the kitchen area at the same time. And she just says, "Fine, I'll meet you back at the caves whenever you feel it's time enough for our suffering in the caves to get to leave this forsaken place."
We are freedom fighters. We will get to you as quickly as we are able. I consider you part of my crew. I will take care of you. But the
Is-
timing has to be right.
Now, is this the truth or is this a lie?
It's almost the truth. It'll eventually be true. It's
Okay.
not quite true yet, but shall I deceive?
If it's a lie, yes.
It's mostly true, but I'm going to use my inspiration anyway.
Okay, those are the best kind of lies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, as you know, you say that, and she just like, "I'll hold you to your word, the word of a captain on the sea." And the way she says that, it's totally some sailor curse type thing. That it's like, okay, if you break this, you might get cursed.
You mean more cursed than being an eternal undead?
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's worse things that can happen.
That's true. That
You
is
always
true.
lose your socks every time.
Okay.
The curse of the salty sock. Every morning, your sock is full of salt.
Oh God, no.
The worst
I don't
ever
wear
is the
socks.
captain screams every day on your ghost socks. Where did
Okay.
these socks come from? As your girlfriend says she darned you some socks.
See, then she would probably be a present at that point. Okay. Okay, so I think we averted a potential crisis, or at least
You
the
totally
slaughter of our meat
Yeah,
shield.
that was quick work, Captain. Good job.
Thank
As
you.
all of a sudden you guys look around the room, you see there's a lot less servant people than there was before. Mostly there's just the thrall servants that are just like lurching around picking up empty drinks.
So these people that are unconscious,
Uh-oh. Yes.
I mean, if they're not going to kidnap them,
I like where your
Why
head's
let
at.
a perfectly good Shanghai go to waste?
yeah. Yeah, we could always just.
And what is Bontibia going to do?
I'd like to investigate who's unconscious just to see if there's anyone interesting.
Go ahead and roll me an investigate.
This makes me happy.
So with your
Jesus.
beautiful
Wow.
27, you see both of the brothers are in different spots at the party, passed the fuck out. And you guys saw how these guys can drink. This concoction that they were slipped is some pretty good stuff. To take out some dwarves. I mean, granted, the Iron Kingdom dwarves aren't as, stocky as the Fantasy 5th Edition dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you see there is a member of the Moneylenders Guild, basically the semi-global bank. He's sitting there, he's got his chain made of coins from all across the land, and he's passed out holding his drink kind of unsteadily, almost half pouring what's left of it on the floor. You see another captain of another ship. You don't recognize which ship he's to, but from his appearance, he definitely screams, this guy is a captain. He's got the hat, he's got the epaulets, he is a captain of a ship in the harbor somewhere. You notice there is a clergyman of the Church of the Dragon who seems to be passed out. He doesn't look to be some senior member of the church, but he's like a solid temple working clergyman. As in he's got some
I'd like to head towards one of the dwarves.
As all of
What was that?
This is my mic on. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we heard you. We were just shocked by your statement.
Really? Are you shocked that a pirate wants to get stuff?
So what are you doing? As you
everybody goes
dwarves? Yeah, everyone wants to know what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I want to, as quickly and quietly as I can, go through his pockets without being seen, if possible.
Okay, so in pure pirate fashion, you're going to give him the quick pat down. Give me first
That would be a deception?
First stealth, to make sure, because you're not wanting onlookers to notice him. And then give me either a deception or a sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is you're doing it all sneaky and snaking his pockets. Deception is you're patting him saying, "Are you okay, sir? Sir, are you okay?" And needless to say, your stealth roll of 5 is even your crew see you go over to this guy going sneak, sneak, sneak. And with that sleight of hand of 8, crew, you see him rifling one of your clients right there in the open. If you see him, you're not the only ones that see him.
Oops. Wait,
is
how's
someone
that
gonna
5?
Do something because you're wearing heavy armor?
Oh, I get
disadvantage
I
on
didn't
stealth
realize
rolls.
that.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, I forgot that. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to be
upgraded to.
So is
heavier
someone
armor.
gonna do something, or at least attempt to do something before someone else does? And whoever that person is, oh damn. Give me a dex saving throw or an initiative roll. It should be the same thing. Same dice bonus.
I want to. Yeah, I will do something.
Initiative roll or dex saving throw? Is that what you said?
Yep, initiative or dex saving throw, and not you, because this is coming after you. Everyone sees you rifling this guy.
Oh. My bad.
As what were you going to attempt to do, Captain?
I was going to
knock me over.
I was gonna sailor, you've had too much.
Tumble into me.
Too much. Stop molesting the guests and get yourself back to the ship and sleep it off. You're drunk, you don't know what you're doing.
Captain. Sorry, Captain.
And as the captain was attempting to save your ass, very creepy 7-foot-tall gentleman in green and black robes, who's been sitting in the shadow corners of the place watching, because he's security, it's his job, immediately kind of hovers towards you. For some reason his feet seem to be just an inch or two off the ground as he's floating towards you, Sweetums, and he sees you rifling the guy out in the open, lifts his hand and says some magic words. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right, I'm switching from my phone to
It's okay.
back to the laptop, and then I'm gonna go again. So hold on.
As we get echo between the phone and the laptop.
So I wouldn't have a chance to fire off a counter spell, would I?
No, he rolled a natural 20 on his reaction to what's going on, whereas you rolled a 4. You're totally like,
So what am I
and the
rolling?
guy is like bursting into action. A Constitution saving throw.
Fair enough. There's a lot. I've had a stressful night. I didn't need this.
Sorry. I got a lot of Constitution though.
As the
Yeah.
guy that you just see comes up and kind of raises his hand from about 10 feet away, and he says some words, and his hand glows with some runes in the air, and the runes shoot out and strike you, and you feel yourself kind of fading out for a second. Just for a second. As all of a sudden your raw constitutional determination, you kind of squeeze a turd out kind of gesture, and you pop right back to where you were standing. You were about to be teleported away somewhere. As the very wizardly person who definitely looks like he's a security member of this party says, "Leave now, or the Iron Lich will have you disassembled for parts."
Yeah, I head back to the ship. I
All
give Captain
guests are under the Lich Lord's protection.
Damn. Sorry guys. I fucked up.
And he kind of like gestures, and 2 thralls kind of like get alongside of you and basically point you towards the door and march you out.
Yeah, I could squish them with one hand, but I'll be nice.
You could try if you'd like to.
Nah,
I'm gonna be a good boy now. I'm sorry, I fucked up.
As you
It's
look
a
at
party
the
without
captain,
a
and the
brawl.
captain's like partially through throwing an excuse out for you, and he just has that you ashamed the crew look. The worst thing the captain can give you, that shaming the crew look.
I completely forgot my heavy armor that I have now. I've only had it for a few minutes. Now makes me
That was totally earlier today's montage of shopping.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear it ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am going to.
Not.
I don't want to waste a good head of lecturing, so I'm gonna turn on the security guy and say, "I'll thank you to be not casting spells on my crew anymore. I will do the disciplining of them. I understand you have to keep the party civil, but take it up with me. Don't intervene directly with my crew."
Give me a intimidation as a pirate captain, or persuasion as a member of the Nightmare Empire.
No, I'm intimidating as a pirate captain.
Okay. Nice. With your 19, he looks down, because he is floating just like you, but a little higher.
Yeah.
Totally that power play. As he says, your crewman was attempting to accost a guest under the protection of the Lich Lord. I expect the punishment to fit the crime. And he literally just like turns around and floats away back to where he was hiding earlier in the shadows behind the curtain.
I'll call that a draw.
And then totally peeks out and lets you know that he's watching you.
I'm just gonna go a little bit more invisible. So in the meantime, with that distraction, were you gonna kidnap anybody, Lily?
I will. I'll leave the thieving to the thieves from now on. Sorry, Lily. I shouldn't have stepped on your
The Sweetums, are you
Temporary,
letting them
my
escort
bad.
you back to the boat? Because they're going to follow you all the way back to the ship.
Oh yeah, no, I'm heading back to the ship, and I am sitting down like a cowed puppy because I was a bad boy,
And
and I feel lucky I
the second you put a boot on that deck of the ship, the two thralls
got
turn
out the way I
around
did.
and start marching exactly back in the path they came. Almost like automatons.
Almost like they're tempting you to sneak back off the ship.
No, I'm staying here.
Okay.
All right. You know what? I'm going to help my good friend, the human captain, who was passed out, back to his ship.
Ooh, give me a deception check. As you're totally playing the captain, here's your hat. Put your hat on. We'll get you back to the ship.
Oh boy, this is not my strong suit. Can I use my gut feeling to roll that again?
I will totally let you use your gut feeling for that.
God damn it!
As you know, somehow, amazingly, at the moment you picked him up and you're like, Captain, come on, walk it off. He kind of snaps his head in your general direction and smells your breath, and he just looks at you like you're a woman he has never seen before in his life. As he pushes back and says, "Oh, unhand me, wench!" And he sits back in the chair and plops back down. His hat kind of sloops down again onto his knee, as he just has these drunken slurred words for the wench that tried to get gropey with him. At least that's in his drunken stupor what he's interpreting happened. As he just leans forward, and while you do that, a gentleman comes walking up in a very dapper, very starched uniform. The collar pops up beautifully. He's got the very, very look of a Marine, a naval Marine trained and true, as he literally is giving Bontibia the look. And you see that he's got his hand on his ceremonial cutlass. Obviously, it's not the regular war one. It's the one that's got the nice, pretty, filigree work on it. And he looks at you, Bontibia, and says, "May I ask what you were doing with my captain, wench?" And he repeats the captain's words.
I am a medical specialist. I was making sure that he was all right and that he could get back to his ship. I did not know he was already accompanied.
I will see to my captain's safe escort back to our vessel. In the meantime, he has made himself clear that he would like to, and he looks back at the captain and gives a little half smirk, sleep this off.
I can understand that.
And
I'm trying to think if I want to give him some aspirin for in the morning.
Are you gonna try some deception here on him?
I am so bad at that. I am just gonna walk away while I'm still vaguely not too far behind.
Okay, is he thankfully his insight check sucked ass. As he's just and literally sticks his chin out and totally drops to a knee in front of the captain, pats the captain on the leg, saying, "Captain, are you okay? You usually don't pass out this early in a party." And you hear them exchanging words, and the guy's totally stupery drunk of blah 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 blah. And
right.
his first mate willfully stands up and kind of blocks the stupid captain from the rest of the crowd with his body. He's a good first mate. He's making sure to protect his captain's reputation and let him sleep it off some.
Now, if I wanted to just walk past the sleeping banker and lift off his necklace, is that a sleight of hand?
That is totally a sleight of hand.
This is a really bad idea.
Do it.
Maybe one of us could create a distraction at the same time.
I think we've made enough noise at this party.
I'm just saying, someone walks into a table or,
Okay.
You know what?
I could fall on a table drunk. That would be
Yeah.
very distracting.
Hey, if you're up for
Yeah.
it, I'd love
I am
these-
up for being a trying to open a bottle with my new teeth and then falling on a table.
Okay,
Yeah,
as
that
you
could be the drunken barbarian.
you are
Love
playing
it.
the drunk fool, give me either a deception or performance to see how well you pull this off. The difference between a drunk fool or a stupid frat boy is basically success or fail.
Do we say deception?
Either a deception or a performance.
That's
Yeah.
a mighty thin line, Jim.
I know.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so immediately, Captain, you see one of your crewmates do what exactly? Everyone turning
try to-
around to look at it.
Yeah, it's like snatching a bottle and attempting to open it with my new teeth, and
Which you
then
easily do.
and then since it's so easy, I fall backwards and just crash onto a table.
Captain, as you feel your undead temples throbbing. Your
am-
Spector has throbbing temples as it goes.
These teeth are great.
Okay, I am going to. I'm so mad. I'm gonna manifest and actually do my scary face.
Oh Jesus! At the party.
Would that
Yes.
affect every living thing there?
Yeah.
Well, most of them are passed out, and just yell, "What the hell are you doing? Get back to the ship. I'll deal with you in the morning." My crew, and I'm going to snap back out of it and apologize profusely. But yeah, I was so mad I went all full scary face.
So give me either deception, performance, or persuasion to sell this undressing you're giving your crew for being a bunch of drunk assholes. Obviously, it's not the first one of your crew that's been escorted out of this party.
Nope.
I don't think you're getting invites for more than just one or two of your crew next time.
No, I'm.
Your poor Warcaster's been super polite and quiet this whole time at the party.
And he's the insane one.
Oh, I persuaded, but clearly I'm losing it.
You throw out an okay persuasion as you're like apologizing profusely to people, and you're getting like people are looking down their noses at you. And when it's a building full of undead creepy faces, that's super creepy. As
Yeah.
this whole distraction is going on, does Bone Tibia want to try to take that necklace with advantage?
I do. 18.
Oh, thank goodness.
With advantage, you reach over and you just do that hand that comes from off screen. Fingers do some quick twiddling, and then and the necklace is dropped into your other hand and gone. And it's this beautiful filigreed necklace. It's a badge of office amongst the Baking Guild. It's got coins from every one of the kingdoms in the land, all beautifully, jewel crafted together for a badge of office that's supposed to hang loosely off the shoulders.
Yep. I'm gonna help escort our drunk friend back to the ship so that nobody can search me for this.
Okay, as you totally grab him after the captain's giving him the dressing down of back to the boats. I'm sorry,
More
I'm sorry, I'm
booze.
sorry.
You get half the necklace. Right, it's not a magical artifact that would...
It is non-magical from what you're feeling. It's just a badge of office, which if you're wearing this, you would have advantage for any deceptions playing off that you're part of the banking guild.
Yay!
If you have this
That's
necklace
useful.
and a bunch of gold, you could pull some shenanigans.
I do have a bunch of gold.
I'm here to pick up our monthly payments. I am Lord Visa, and MasterCard is my assistant here.
And that's Discovery, that's JBD, and
You owe us 200% compound interest.
And
All right,
Discover's
seeing as
over
I've
there.
stepped off the screen, I'm going to take a bathroom break really fast, okay?
Okay. Do we
Sounds like a
want to go
plan.
ahead and collectively take one? It sounds like.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick 5 and be back. As most of the group has been escorted out of this party, it seems.
This is the best kind of party.
Oh, shenanigans. You invite a bunch of pirates to a party, and it was bound to happen.
I mean, I'm hoping my crew isn't the worst behaved, or is the worst behaved. One of the two.
Either remembered as the worst or forgotten as not the worst.
Exactly. Oh.
I'll be right back.
Still think a brawl might have improved this party.
Can't disagree there. Brawls improve everything.
Exactly.
Or Skippy.
Oh, that would be a great way to end the party.
That'd be a hell of a brawl.
Very short one.
Well, I don't know, Skip, because the Iron Duke might get involved, and then
Yeah. And just keep in mind that Skippy can make 4 attacks around. So.
I mean, It would be amazing whatever the results, that's for sure. Yeah, Skippy hasn't had much, except for that one fight. There hasn't been much.
Well, and he did what he was supposed to.
Oh yeah, he did it great, too.
Well, we didn't actually pay much for him, so, you know. I mean, he's been helpful, like pulling stuff out of the water and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely got your money's worth. And when you need to get another now. You can dual wield Leviathans.
Actually, how many can I control?
I'm back.
Nice, welcome back.
Thank you. Yes, I love puppy.
Yeah, well, only about 2 or 3. Because they're considered attuned items.
Oh. That makes a little bit of sense. But, I mean, do you need much more than 2 or 3?
God, no. Oh, here's a headline. Mexican mayor decapitated by drug gang 6 days into job.
Yeah, Mexico is
It's been pretty brutal.
Mexico. Yeah.
Like the last 10 years. I mean, when I was getting out of the Army in 2013, it was basically being put on the no travel list for U.S. military.
Really?
Yeah. It's been on and off the no travel list for the last 10 years because of the drug cartels.
That makes sense. I just hadn't thought of it.
And what they did to some Marine like 10 years ago.
I'm back, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice. Welcome back.
I cast non-magical missile. If you ever play Borderlands Tiny Tina's...
Yeah.
Yep.
That game's amazing.
Yeah. The Barbarian.
Yeah.
I cast magic missile and basically nukes the entire ocean. As these like ICBMs come out of the ground.
They did a great job with the classes in that game. Swordmancer and the Berserker.
The announcement trailer for Borderlands 4 came out last month?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't show anything, but it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how they're upping the ante at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what are they going to do now?
It's like, well, we're just going to open more vaults.
I mean, because you go in the current in 3, you go through like 6 or 7 of the damn things.
Yeah. As long as there's more torque, I'm happy.
Yeah, Torque. And his nuclear hot sauce.
Yeah, I loved the expansion for 2 with the badass crater of bad attitude.
Nah,
Thanks.
never played that one.
Oh, it's mostly him just yelling at you the entire expansion, and I'm like, this is great. There's and then lots of explosions because he's narrating. He's like, and then he explodes. It's like perfect.
Yeah.
I can only hope at this point all of you have thrown away those crappy dice and are ready to play with the good dice.
Hey, I've been rolling great, so.
I haven't made a roll today, so I don't know. I've
Well,
been
until by the end of the night, you'll roll 20.
I've been drinking in the corner, just taking notes and
That
laughing.
was terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm thrilled with having done 20, 19, and my lowest roll has been a 12. So
I remain with my consistent. I roll very poorly for social checks this time.
Oh yeah. Again, you should have been there Saturday
Yeah.
night with how bad we were rolling. Oh my god.
The dice were cursed. For everybody, NPC and PC alike.
I mean, the fight took 3 times longer than it should have.
And
the
it
fire's
was
still not
3
out.
player characters versus 2 rivals and a freaking minion dog.
That was not a minion dog. That was a nemesis. The thing had a soak of a rhinoceros.
I
It was
still
just a
have
wolf.
to email the writer of that book to say, you need some errata for that wolf, because that's obviously a typo, right? It's supposed to be a 2 instead of a 7.
Yeah.
An 8 instead of a 10. 18. I'm guessing.
If it's a minion, yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, the bear was 5 and 21,
Uh-huh.
so you could kill the bear faster.
Than a lone wolf. Oh my god, no, that's the problem. It's the lone wolf theory. As soon
Yeah.
as a player goes off and becomes the lone wolf, they go totally Rambo and are unstoppable.
I should start calling him McQuaid. Lone Wolf McQuaid.
I believe this wolf dog is pulling a Die Hard. Ever be silent.
Wait, you're gonna kick us out of the game if we're not back?
No. You'll just be the ghost in the background.
Ah,
Fontivia will.
So the
So your
question
mouth's
is,
closed.
as the party continues on, and of course our Captain Terror of the Sea gets many, many tisk looks. Your control over your crew is not impressing many of the fellow captains here. Is there
No.
anything you're doing besides heading back to the boat? Those of you
Yes.
that are left at the party, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Since I'm back at the ship and they all left, can I go into town and do some shopping or
Do you want to leave the boat and go do some shopping?
not?
You could.
Yeah,
I mean,
why
the
not?
captain didn't give you any orders, did he?
Nope, not that I remember.
Okay, so as you are heading off in the delicious phrase to split the party. What is it you're heading off to go do?
I want to see if the Ogren's cannon can be upgraded to a +1. As a gift to my Ogren fellow crewmate who has been down with some sickness and hasn't been able to respond lately, just in
Okay.
case.
So, quick question. Are you willing to throw some coin around to find out a good weapon shop that's renowned for doing this?
I would prefer to start with a perception check, but if that doesn't work, then yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check as you were wandering about town. You're like, hey, I'm going to backtrack to the shops we've seen.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? That's totally how a GM curses your dice to roll a 1, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And instead, you get a natural 20.
Yeah, no.
So you find this beautiful Ogren shop where they sell the Ogren cannons, just like back when the Ogrens invaded the countryside before, with a slight hint of magic. And
Ugh.
for 500 gold, they have this beautiful Ogren cannon that is +1 magic cannon.
Nice. Can I sell
Or
them the?
for 1,000 gold, you could get a +2.
Okay. Oh, how much can I sell the old cannon for?
They look at you and they're like, "We don't want to use cannon. We have a
Okay.
box full of them in the corner." And they
Never mind.
point, and there's all these giant Ogren cannons thrown into a wood crate saying "used cannons."
All right. I'll take the +2, and can I handle one of these as well or not?
What are you before you were undead?
I was troll.
And do you have that burly ability?
I don't know if I have burly. I have strength of 18. Does that help?
Okay, you could try to use it as a two-handed weapon.
Okay.
I mean-
I buy 2.
So you give them 2,000.
Yeah.
And then after you give them the 2,000 gold that you count out, and they slide the money into the register, and the Ogrens kind of like look at each other and smile, and then they ask you about ammunition.
Doesn't it just take the normal Ogren cannon ammunition?
Go
No,
ahead and give me an insight check.
This is going to be like the elbow, or the wiper fluid, or the
Blinker
the
fluid.
headlight fluid.
Yeah, the blinker fluid.
Headlight fluid. Yeah, the blinker fluid. Yeah. An insight check. Okay.
Insight check.
Okay. Couldn't I do a perception check to see if I could? That they're trying to.
Fleece.
That's not quite it. Perception says yes, he is standing in front of you talking to you with a smile.
What about a persuasion check to tell me the truth?
You're going to convince him to tell you the truth?
All right. I'll do an insight.
He tells you, sure. I mean, if you want to just use cannonballs, but why buy a Ogren cannon and put a piece of trash and shoot it out of it? Why not use? And he totally pulls up this shiny, mirrored finish lead round that has some inscriptions upon it. Why not buy a dozen Ogren traditional cannonballs?
And how much would those cost me?
They are only half a gold apiece.
have a gold piece.
I mean, it would be like buying the most beautiful sailing ship and then using bed sheets as the sails.
How many could I carry?
Cannonballs? Well, if you're talking about carrying 2 giant cannons that are like 4 feet long,
Yeah.
and then cannonballs, you're probably only going to be able to carry like 5 or 6.
All right. So, do they have any thralls that would deliver these to the ship if I bought
They would
all?
gladly bring them to your boat if you would like.
For how
All
much?
All right, that's fine. I'll pay a little delivery fee. That's fine.
If you buy at
Shipping
least,
and handling.
if
they're
you
half a-
buy at least 50, we'll deliver it for free.
Mhm.
That's
So
only
I was
25
thinking,
gold. That's not bad.
Yeah, I was thinking like 50 gold's worth. So let's do 100.
Oh. And he like
That's-
throws over his shoulder some comments in Ogren and makes this impressed look to his brother, and his brother nods. And he basically says, I'll get the carts loaded. Which dock and which ship are you at?
Does he get some premium Pokemon with that?
Well, yeah, I should.
They'll
I
throw in last
should.
season's Pogs.
I'm at the Revenant's Revenge. I'm the first mate.
Oh.
The first mate? Oh, no wonder why you come to our shop. You know the good stuff.
Yes, the good stuff.
The good stuff. We appreciate your business, and we might throw in a little something extra just in case you need it.
Oh, extra's great. I have a bile cannon too. Do you deal with anything like that?
No. We don't deal with that kind of
Oh,
necrotech
okay.
stuff. That stuff can blow up in your face and kill you, and then your face is melted off. And no one wants to buy munitions from someone whose face is melted off.
Yeah, I hate when my face gets melted off. I understand. It's okay.
But
Gotcha.
he gives you the
All right,
big
so-
Ogren handshake. It's good doing business with you. You should have them before the sun rises.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
As you're carrying these 2 giant ass fucking cannons back.
Yep.
Two
One
big,
over each shoulder.
2 big cannonballs in your back pockets.
Hmm. Just in case. By the way, I'm sending a. The hell? Why is it?
You're sending the hell?
Anyway, I'm all done. No, I'm all done. I'm posting a picture of the hound of hell that's currently licking my arm, trying to get my.
I was gonna say it's
Pay
gonna be the
attention
damn
here.
dog, isn't it?
Yeah. He's 4.5 months old and he's 52 pounds.
Wow.
And he's driving?
Yeah, my Dogosaurus.
Eh.
Anyway, he's decided to wake up from his nap and lick my arm off. Thank you for letting me do.
No problem.
And
shopping
just to let you
trip, I
know,
appreciate
they provide you 3 special items when you get your package, and I will put it in the Skype chat so it doesn't come out all ugly on the Roll20. But he's basically giving you 3 sailfish rounds. These are some special rounds from your Ogren cannons. Basically, it's a round meant to be put in your cannon and
Yeah.
fired underwater that does not give you disadvantage for shooting something underwater. He is totally trying to market his new item to you guys to see if you'll come back and buy more next time. I mean, since he overcharged you on the round so much, you might as well throw in some freebies.
I was going to say, is what he said in Ogren, there's one born every minute?
There's one unborn every minute. Because yes, you'll find out shortly after you talk to your friend that you overpaid for the ammunition. You got a good deal on the cannons, but you overpaid on the ammunition. You got a hell of a good deal on the cannons.
So balanced out.
I mean, you've
That's
got
the most expensive part anyway, so it's
plus
fine.
2 Ogren cannons. I mean,
Two
plus
of
2
them.
to attack and plus 2 to damage. And you definitely want to write that down so it doesn't get forgotten. And then you've got 3 sailfish rounds, which are rounds that could be fired underwater with no disadvantage.
And what are the rounds that they sold me special, quote unquote?
Those are just regular rounds. They do the
Okay.
weapons damage. You know, it's basically a cannonball with a little burlap sack around it with the lift charge. So you just shove it down and light the fuse and it goes off. Because basically the Ogren guns are basically just a cannon. It's a man-portable cannon that's... By man-portable,
Yeah.
I mean Ogren's standards.
It's like a 2-gauge shotgun.
Yep. So is there anything else special you guys are doing besides partying the rest of the night, wrapping things up, and heading back?
Yes. I would like to approach the Duke, which will have the security guy watching me, I'm sure, in case the last member of my crew wants to do shenanigans. I'm going to approach the Duke. I'm going to apologize again for my crew's behavior and explain to him that they're just antsy because we're about to go on the mission we talked about, to free us to serve you with all our devotion.
Oh.
And considering the respect I showed in the gift, is there any support you can lend us to aid us in becoming your loyal
As
an extension? Yep.
you totally see him look down at the little flower pinned to his side in a very discreet, safe spot, and he smiles at you in the creepy lich smile. Give me a persuasion with advantage. As he looks at you and says, "Say no more. I'll have some extra equipment sent to your boat before first light."
Thank you, my soon-to-be liege.
And he like gestures for one of his minions to come walking over, and then the guy opens a scroll case, and he reaches in and pulls out a very large parchment scroll that has gold ribbon wrapped around it, and proceeds to hand it to you in a ever so not so subtle way, like how you would pass a $10 bill to the concierge. He kind of hands you this big ass scroll with this big gaudy ribbon and tries to like keep this under hats until you're on your ship.
A $10 bill to the concierge? I don't know what cheap ass places.
And with my and my crew's sincere thanks, and again, I do apologize. On the other hand, as you all know, parties are only improved with a brawl.
And he gives this creepy skeletal. I'll have to remember that next time your crew's here and we have to double our security.
Thank you. And with that, I will go ahead and make my departure.
Well, at his next party, we could do a pit fight. Really make it feel.
Ooh, actually, that wouldn't be. Maybe upon our return, we can throw him in entertainment to gain his favor. That's a great idea.
Put the Ogren and me in the pit together. Be fun.
Until he
Exactly.
basically says, now you must fight each other.
That's what I meant.
Oh, damn.
The Ogren and I would go toe to toe and see be fun.
Next
What's a
time
little
you'll be
brawl
escorted
among-
in the special entrance, which leads you to the fighting pits.
Yeah.
As you find out, he gets interior decorating tips from Jabba the Hutt.
Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
Better than
Okay.
Pizza the Hut.
Kevin, did you have any final words?
You've just been quietly observing.
I've been hitting the buffet table.
All the living shrimp. They're super tasty that way.
Oh, this
was
one's
gonna
dead.
say-
I wonder if I can bring it back to life.
Ew.
Ew.
Do it. Do it.
I cast animate dead on the dead shrimp.
As the dead shrimp start animating, making some dog-like noises as they undulate together. As then some big, rotund gentleman comes up and goes, "Ah, zombie shrimp, a delicacy!" And he picks one up and, swallows it whole, squirming.
Nice.
So before dawn on the ship, a wagon load of 100 shiny cannonballs show up that are calibered for the Ogren cannons. A trio of young Ogren are pulling and pushing the cart as they come up, and they basically go out there and ring the bell that's hanging on your side of the dock. And then a carriage of creepy crawly legs with a gentleman that looks very similar to the one that tried to stop your kidnapping attempt, but just a little bit different in the face, but could be his twin undead brother. Shows up and basically casts a little spell, happens to be the floating disc, and a duo of chests rise up as he comes past the Ogrens and just totally looks down his nose at them.
Okay.
Both groups are like, "We would like to talk to your captain. Summon forth your captain immediately. I am an envoy from the Duke."
Okay, I will speak to the envoy, and somebody else can talk to the Ogren.
Especially since the Ogren just want to make a, water bucket line for the cannonballs, so they can pass each one at a time to somebody. And the envoy says, "Our master has bequeathed upon you great honor. To support that honor are these two packages." And he opens one with mage hand, not touching it himself. And when he opens the chest, it springs open, and you clearly see it's got his flotilla's flag.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're serving underneath him, it would be you're part of his fleet.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. That's actually
Mm-hmm.
And it
useful.
is beautifully stitched and filigreed. As well as their more basically legal papers showing that you've got the right to commit piracy in the Nightmare Empire, that you serve him, basically all of your pirate records under a new Lich Lord.
I mean, that's the way it works. Working my way up, but You know, I've got a letter of marque. That's the important part.
As you hear the Ogren just shake its head.
And in the other package?
And the other package, when he opens it up for you, you see that there is a looks like some special ammunition for rifles.
Oh. Nice. Do we have anybody who uses rifles?
That was my thought.
He was totally assuming because you used to, but when he first met you guys, you did. And underneath it, he lifts up a section and he says, in case this is not sufficient, your new feudal lord is providing you this. And basically, he slides up the little velvet list where the basically like the stripper clips of ammo for the carbines are. And underneath are 4 necrotite bombs. They're not like ridiculously expensive. Any magic tech could rig something up. Basically, it's a hand grenade full of necrotite, so it's a little more potent. And I will totally give you the stats for those. And I'll put it in Roll20 since it shouldn't like explode. So necrotite bombs are 35 gold. They do 4d10 damage, necrotic. AoE, and then grenade, which is 20-30. Now, from your little confab that you had with your crew, you know necrotic damage is probably not something you want to use on the Lich Lord, but it is something you have as an option.
Okay. Yeah, because
it doesn't really work against undead.
That makes sense.
It might work on a phylactery.
Oh, that's good to know.
It does say 2060, not 2030.
It's 20 feet or 60 feet for throwing it.
Yeah. Okay. I just made sure you said 2030. So.
Oh. Yeah, it's 2060. So within 20 feet, you're throwing the grenade with straight roll. Anything past 20 into 60 is with disadvantage. Anything past that, the grenade lands and totally just goes thud and misses.
What were the special Ogren rounds called?
They're just regular rounds.
Oh no, the sailfin.
Oh, the sailfin rounds.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Yeah, you've got 3 sailfin
They're made
rounds.
to shoot underwater.
Yep, they're basically wax-sealed bullets.
Yeah.
So when you discharge it, you get 1 shot that comes out normal.
Got it. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really awake here.
Okay, we can go ahead and wrap it up. It is late.
Yeah.
Gotta get the kid to school in the morning.
Some of us didn't get naps. And as you get ready to take off, you guys are leaving port. Who's on watch, by the way?
I think we know the answer.
I know, but I figure it's fair to ask.
Timmy!
Bone Tibia, give me a perception check.
Alright.
So is Skippy, but his perception is horrible. Actually, it's not bad, but...
That worked.
So with your 17, someone tries to sneak on the ship, and it is one of your revolutionaries. Do you let them sneak on the ship, or do you call them out and catch them? And if you catch them, do you throw them off the boat, or do you let them stay on board?
I let the captain sort that out.
Ooh.
Take him to the captain.
Yeah.
Throw it on the captain.
That's what he's for.
Well, that's kind of his job.
And on top of that, a shipment of 4 bottles of booze are dropped off on the ship. Gifts for revelers at the party. It's totally leftover booze.
You know what? Take it. I don't care. We've got some breathers.
I mean,
can we actually get drunk?
It is flavored for the undead. I mean,
Oh, okay. So definitely we'll accept the booze, and we will keep the rebel spy on the ship, but we will interrogate her vigorously, but
it's
not.
a he.
Oh, we will let the rebel spy. Well, that's disappointing. I'm better.
Ow, Captain.
We'll let
Damn, down,
rebels,
boy, down.
We'll let the rebel spy on the ship, and we will interrogate him vigorously, but not violently. At least not to begin with. Just to see what his purpose is, and how much help he's willing to be, as opposed to becoming part of the crew by not his choice.
He is totally telling you that he needs to get off this island because he is wanted, but he was told that you would provide him safe passage as one of the resistance. He's willing to work for his pass.
I would like to do an insight check on that.
Ooh, okay. Insight with a 13. He seems to be pretty on the up and up. He was quick to throw out names like he knows about your arrangement.
Okay. And what skills does he have?
He's really good with his hands. He's a carpenter by trade. And he also has some skill using a poisoner's kit.
You know what? Welcome
we need a carpenter.
Aboard. Yeah, no, welcome aboard.
Is he of the living or undead persuasion?
He is of the living.
For now.
Ooh, damn.
Welcome aboard. You will be one of our crew with all the rights and benefits that entails until such time as you choose to betray us. We will negotiate your leaving the ship at a later date.
Or your promotion to the unholy undead.
Well, yeah. Whichever way it goes.
And what is the hit points of our ship currently?
Your ship is back to full. You should be all filled up. Which somebody should probably do.
I'm working on it.
We should probably also investigate everything, all the packages that came onto our boat.
That's a good idea. Who's good at investigating? Because
That'd be me. That'd be me.
Do it.
It's my job anyways.
Okay. I will totally give you that you're investigating the barrels of booze that were dropped off as a last minute gift.
Yeah, that kind of set my blinkers off.
Oh. So 2 of the 3 barrels are completely as I roll a 1. Are completely on the up and up. It's got the Lich Lord's mark of, delivered by so-and-so alehouse, blah, blah, blah. The 3rd one, you're getting ready to tap it, thump it, and use the wine thief to steal a sample to test it. And all of a sudden you hear some sloshing noise in the barrel when there's no sloshing noise on the boat. And you get mighty suspicious.
I'm going to have Skippy toss it.
Give me...
Into town.
Give me a... Give me a Arcana check and have Skippy make an Athletics check.
Is it one of those booze imps?
It's Grim Hollow. Of course it's a booze imp. As Skippy picks up this barrel and chucks it off, to aim to the city street, and it's flying through the air. You're like, it's Grim Hollow, the holiday where the evil fae come to the world. And that barrel is like warbling mid-air, like there's something inside moving on its own accord. So it's not a beautiful football spiral. And when it hits the concrete pavers on the shoreline, you see this huge splat of foamy ale splatter everywhere. And a couple drunks drop to their knees and start licking some of it up. But you notice a large tendril of ale snaking uphill from where the barrel crushed. And you are 100% sure in that barrel was a booze imp, which is, yes, it's an evil dark fae that can turn itself into liquor and hide in barrels of booze and cause mischief and things.
They are fun, but horrible.
But unfortunately, with that beautiful investigation check, you heard the noise it was making as it was going because it didn't know where it was going, but it was going somewhere, and somebody had sent it to the Duke, and unbeknownst to the Duke, or was it? It was sent to you guys.
I mean, we did tell him we like to brawl.
Yeah, but
Let's see. Why do you not have access to the boat? You should totally have access to new ship.
So we got 4 of the necrotite bombs.
4 of the necrotite grenades. Yep.
Do you mind if I steal one of those guys, just in case?
oh yeah, I was going to definitely
Yeah, you should
definitely
hand those out.
distribute those to my command crew.
It looks like somebody fixed her hit points, so she is up to full hit points.
I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you had to go into the edit and yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta click the little gear.
see. I didn't realize that.
So yeah, I want to distribute those to my command crew. There's 5 of them. I'm not going to use
grenades.
one. Oh, 4 grenades.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use one, so that's 1 for each of you.
I said we
Don't
just
hand one to the Ogren, because we don't know if he's going to be there.
No, there's 1 for each of you here today, though. So
Don't give one to
You
the
each get
ogre.
one.
He's probably going to be sleeping when we get into combat.
don't give one to the ogre, and he's
exactly.
an ogre, and he'll eat it. We've seen what he does with new stuff.
Well, if I'm going to be packing around an Ogren cannon, it's +2. Maybe give the grenades to the others. I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
And
Yes.
remember, your character's got good strength, but you can only carry the Ogren cannon or the bio cannon. You can't carry both.
I know. I'm switching them out.
Really? Interesting.
Okay, which one of you wants 2 grenades?
give him the Skippy.
Wait, there's only 4 grenades. Why are you? How can you give 2 out?
I'm not going to use one.
So it's
Oh,
3
'cause-
people with 4 grenades.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I'll take one then. I'll take one.
Okay.
I don't use grenades.
Okay, so now which
Because
one
I'd get
do
the
you
great
3 want?
idea to use battering ram and launch it.
That would
That's
be a
not a
pretty
bad
handy way
idea.
of placing it. I'm just gonna say.
If it
I
doesn't
would
explode.
totally give you advantage on a grenade attack using that.
If we have 4 grenades and 4 people, we have Kevin, Will, myself, and Brian. Each get 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
just give Kevin one and tell him to take it. Damn it, take it.
Okay. I'll forget about it, but
It'll be in his workshop, partially taken apart. It'll be
See
like,
if
I
Skippy,
can improve on this.
see if Skippy can learn to fetch.
no, just give it to
So,
Skippy. He can throw 3 at a time.
So,
There you go.
Captain, go ahead and give me as you're taking off out of the harbor at the first light. You're taking advantage of the tides. You're piloting the ship with nothing but gusto.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh.
I like how the captain makes the sigh.
I'm having a bad day.
Did you realize that I'm proficient in water vehicles? You should have me do that.
Well,
Sorry.
so am I. I just rolled a
Oh.
1.
Oh, I see.
He's
Okay.
proficient, he just rolled poorly.
I see. Okay. No problem. So, my bad.
You can
probably
But I
still
should
be
have.
proficient and still roll poorly.
Yeah.
Yep,
Apparently,
I do it all the time.
somehow I am hungover, and I had a really crappy party because 3/4 of my crew
Nah.
embarrassed the shit out of me.
As
It was
on
the satyr lady. She took it out of you after.
on your way
got
out,
back.
you
She wore you out.
totally run by and slide into another ship at port. And of course, that crew is screaming bloody murder at you, shaking belaying pins and boarding axes at you guys as your boat is scraping against theirs.
You know what?
Do me a favor, Captain. Roll me a d20.
Oh, okay, I'll do that first. But
Wants to use one of these grenades as we leave port.
Oh,
can I do?
as the ship takes 9 points of damage, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
Okay.
fix that.
We've got a guy that fixes things like that now.
2, actually, because we hired one last session.
Yep.
This is my
Oh.
reaction to their yelling at us.
The not undead half of the crew is terrorized and runs away from you guys. But the undead half are like, yeah, so we don't care about that stuff. You asshole hit our ship. We're parked. How did you hit a parked ship?
With talent and suave.
And then I just go back to my cabin and let the first mate deal with anything else that happens today.
It's one of those days. As the pirate crew that you hit, they are now your mortal enemies.
Oh, we needed one of those anyway.
Because we don't have like 8 already.
Well, I know we have at least one.
As you guys, get out of the harbor finally, where ships are coming and going, you totally hear someone sneeze in the background when the salt spray hits the air.
Yep.
As you're starting to head back towards Blackwater, right?
Yep.
And your upcoming destiny. And as
Yep.
you turn the corner at the harbor and start heading out to open waters, next to you at the stern from the water, you see rises a ghostly ship out from underwater.
Ooh.
As it stops to basically flank you. If it was going to shoot at you, it totally would have, but you totally see that it's waving. The flag guy is saying, heave to and expect communication / boarding party. And not in the militant way.
Yeah, it's gonna be your old boss that we're trying to get rid of. Going, where the fuck have you been?
Well, he did that once already.
He did. He did use the telepathy spell this
Yep.
time, and Captain, go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay.
As you poor sleepy bastards will hear me say that that's a good place to wrap it up there once we see what the roll is.
Oh, jeez.
As you look
22.
at the ghost ship and you're like, it's a fucking ghost ship, not another ghost ship. There are too many ghost ships in this damn navy. As you just go, huh? And as soon as you say that to your first mate, and you hear the heave to from the ghost ship, and the ominous ghost cannons being loaded and locked and pointed in your direction if you're not going to stop, that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Oh, we're
Okay.
stopping.
Again, I'm going to remind you that I'm leaving the rest of this day up to the first mate, so whatever happens, you deal with it.
Oh yeah.
It'd be
We
a
dropped
cursed
anchor
day
right
for the
there
captain.
and waited. We dropped anchor. That's for sure.
Okay, so we will open up next then with a parlay.
Okay. Later,
All right,
guys.
guys. That is a good place
Thank
to
you.
call it there.
Later.
Everybody get some sleep, because I know I could use some extra sleep too.
Yeah. Not like I have work or anything, but still.
Hey, so you got to keep your sleeping rhythm, because you got shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah, sure I
That
do.
was fun. Thank you so much.
Later, guys.
All right, you
Later.
dastardly pirates, get some rest.
Hey, James.
Yeah?
Before you sign out, quick question: where do I find the details on the Ogren cannons?
That's in the base Iron Kingdoms book.
There.
It's in the weapons section of
Kingdom.
the regular Iron Kingdoms Requiem book.
The Iron Kingdom's core or the Nightmare
The core.
core? Okay.
Yeah, it should be
And
Iron
it's in the
Kingdoms
what?
Requiem. It's in the weapons section. And it should be listed as the Ogren cannons. Because they're ridiculous.
Okay. I'm going down here. I'm looking under weapons. I'm not seeing them.
You're gonna make me have to open the book, aren't you?
No, maybe I've got the wrong book.
Does
This
the book
is it
cover
says
you have a redheaded chick with a rifle and a big troll with a sword and a dwarf with a gun?
the redheaded chick has a sword. The ogren
yep.
or troll
looking at
has
the right
a
book.
giant sword, and then there's a doofus with the goggles with a gun of some kind. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It says Requiem right here. Okay. So in the
Let's see.
not under the Ogren section, but under the weapons section.
So you want to look in firearms. Let me see what page it's on.
Okay. 192 for firearms, but there's ammunition, blasting powder, all kinds of words. And then it goes to armor. Oh, there's armor. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Warcaster. Damage. Weapons. New weapons.
So many weapons. So many weapons.
There we go. I'm getting to the weapons section. Okay. Probably in here.
So many weapons. It's the Ogren Battle Cannon. They're normally 145 gold. They do 2d12 bludgeoning damage. They weigh 30 pounds. They have an AoE attack. They are range 50 to 150. They are heavy. They have a magazine of 1, which means you got to reload each time. And it is a two-handed weapon.
Got it. 2d12.
So
all
basically,
that.
you'll be
Great.
committing
Okay,
your bonus
I see
action to reload.
Okay.
That's
Got it.
why, in
Thank you
my
so much.
opinion, your ooze cannon is probably superior because you can do shot after shot after shot. But the Ogren cannon, I think, has better range.
Has better range, and I can't get upgrades for the ooze cannon right now. I'm not selling the ooze cannon. I'm just using this for the upcoming battle.
The Uki fire hose of death.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the Uki fire hose of death isn't going to be effective because it's not a +1 weapon. So if I wanted to use that,
Well, then remember,
the...
you guys did have the discussion that against the Lich, you probably don't want to use necrotic weapons because they're not as effective against the Lich.
Yeah, and the biocannon is a necrotic weapon.
Yeah, so shooting the Lich with that when your group had their little confab of what tactics they're going to use.
Yeah.
They basically decided that we don't want to use necrotic weapons on him because, well, it doesn't do anything. Just like to you guys, you have resistance. He has immunity to necrotic.
Yeah. So the Ogren battle cannon, obviously, be much much better to use, especially with a +2
Uh-huh.
in my hands and in Glyth's hands if he wakes up for the battle.
He's sleeping in his hammock, sleeping it off.
Yeah, this new job he's really wanting. They're already talking about promoting him. He's only been there 3
Nice.
weeks. They're really
fucking
liking his work. Yeah, so it's his first real actual paid job.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, tell him to make the most out of it. I mean, missing
Yeah,
game
so
time
he's working his
sucks,
ass
but
off.
when you're working your ass off, you have to recover. There's no burning your candle at both ends for much longer and actually do a good job at both.
Yeah. Especially when he hasn't done any real work for 2.5 years. He went to Norway and played in the snow with them for 9 months of Viking school.
Oh, that sounds fucking awesome.
Lifetime
supply of raven.
Yeah, his grandparents are from Norway, and they funded him to go to school there for a year after his senior year here. Yeah, he's spoiled ass rotten. But he's got lots of cool points for that. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, cool, man. Later.